Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? Can he vote? Can he vote? Children are playing with toys. Children are playing with toys. Mary will realize this. Mary will realize this. What a comfortable bed. What a comfortable bed. I have a lot of confidence. I have a lot of confidence. We went hiking in the mountains last weekend. We went hiking in the mountains last weekend. Well, nowadays there is a lot of investment in my country. Well, nowadays there is a lot of investment in my country. She wishes to have more artistic talent. She wishes to have more artistic talent. His sister was the second man. His sister was the second man. Would be the owner. Would be the owner. I block once a month. I block once a month. If he had enough money, he could go to college. If he had enough money, he could go to college. I can go home. I can go home. Had he bought a lottery ticket, he would have won the jackpot. Had he bought a lottery ticket, he would have won the jackpot. I could feel the warmth of the sun on my skin. I could feel the warmth of the sun on my skin. It will take a lot of work for both of us to finish this project. It will take a lot of work for both of us to finish this project. Doesn't it fail after 4 weeks? Doesn't it fail after 4 weeks? They have a beautiful house. They have a beautiful house. He was on the phone with his best friend. He was on the phone with his best friend. That vote. That vote. Do we need MVP? Do we need MVP? I won't say anything to anyone. I won't say anything to anyone. Have you been listening to music all day? Have you been listening to music all day? They studied for the exam until midnight. They studied for the exam until midnight. He will retire next year. He will retire next year. I stroked my chest as I coughed. I stroked my chest as I coughed. They age in the twilight. They age in the twilight. We have been waiting for the bus for half an hour. We have been waiting for the bus for half an hour. The moon is the closest celestial body to Earth. The moon is the closest celestial body to Earth. We will have a picnic in the park. We will have a picnic in the park. Should we take? Should we take? I drink water when I'm thirsty. I drink water when I'm thirsty. Represent. Represent. The museum opens at 9 a.m. The museum opens at 9 a.m. To exercise. To exercise. The building was destroyed in the earthquake. The building was destroyed in the earthquake. We flew to Hawaii for our vacation. We flew to Hawaii for our vacation. Should it be 5 a.m. later? Should it be 5 a.m. later? I don't care if you're 35. I don't care if you're 35. Eliminate dependency on one person for specific tasks. Eliminate dependency on one person for specific tasks. I like to read books, my brother also likes it. I like to read books, my brother also likes it. I may not be a cop in 5 hours. I may not be a cop in 5 hours. I think you're going to the party tonight. I think you're going to the party tonight. Inspiring. Inspiring. I have to cook for my family tonight. I have to cook for my family tonight. How much is a pack of chips? How much is a pack of chips? I wish I had a better memory so I wouldn't forget important dates. I wish I had a better memory so I wouldn't forget important dates. First I need to finish this project. I can take a break after that. First I need to finish this project. I can take a break after that. After a minute you may not be able to play the drums. After a minute you may not be able to play the drums. He enjoys playing basketball with his friends. He enjoys playing basketball with his friends. They had visited all the famous places of the city. They had visited all the famous places of the city. Our half-sister was a plumber. Our half-sister was a plumber. I've never had a job interview at Company X before. I've never had a job interview at Company X before. He couldn't catch the bus on time. He couldn't catch the bus on time. She started a blog to share her fashion tips. She started a blog to share her fashion tips. My approximate salary is 1,000 lira. My approximate salary is 1,000 lira. It didn't start 2 weeks ago. It didn't start 2 weeks ago. I'm taller than John. I'm taller than John. Also take a look. Also take a look. He is a regular contributor to the journal's lifestyle articles. He is a regular contributor to the journal's lifestyle articles. Also, don't forget to bring your ID when you come to the concert. Also, don't forget to bring your ID when you come to the concert. He sings better than his brother. He sings better than his brother. Was our grandson a journalist? Was our grandson a journalist? I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you. Is our uncle the president? Is our uncle the president? Before we start the presentation, let's do a short rehearsal. Before we start the presentation, let's do a short rehearsal. Should we do hairdressing often? Should we do hairdressing often? The movie starts at 8 o'clock. The movie starts at 8 o'clock. They will play football in the park later today. They will play football in the park later today. He was taking a shower when the doorbell rang. He was taking a shower when the doorbell rang. This typhoon is worse than last year's typhoon. This typhoon is worse than last year's typhoon. I closed my eyes and let the sun hit me. I closed my eyes and let the sun hit me. He bought himself a present for his birthday. He bought himself a present for his birthday. Why will you come with me? Why will you come with me? We have a wide variety of flavored syrups. We have a wide variety of flavored syrups. If he spoke Spanish, he would work as a translator. If he spoke Spanish, he would work as a translator. He has to take care of his younger siblings. He has to take care of his younger siblings. You don't immediately become a nutritionist. You don't immediately become a nutritionist. I often did not know. I often did not know. Social. Social. Scholarship. Scholarship. They survive on a weekly basis. They survive on a weekly basis. They should not surrender after 5 midnight. They should not surrender after 5 midnight. They are night watchmen at dusk. They are night watchmen at dusk. His other son's name is Tommy. His other son's name is Tommy. Discussions on the new education policy continued for several hours. Discussions on the new education policy continued for several hours. He is the illustrator. He is the illustrator. Do you like to take photos? Do you like to take photos? Should not break. Should not break. Students will write their essays for 1 hour. Students will write their essays for 1 hour. Despite better judgment, I agreed to help. Despite better judgment, I agreed to help. Can I have your signature on this document? Can I have your signature on this document? To understand. To understand. Mary will realize this. Mary will realize this. The value of the property is unknown. The value of the property is unknown. He rarely misses his morning run. He rarely misses his morning run. After 2 seconds he wouldn't shout. After 2 seconds he wouldn't shout. The car was washed by John. The car was washed by John. I bent down and tried to touch my toes, but I couldn't quite reach them. I bent down and tried to touch my toes, but I couldn't quite reach them. Custom. Custom. Should we go to my office? Should we go to my office? Cannot communicate. Cannot communicate. It wasn't as fateful as it was. It wasn't as fateful as it was. Doctors will operate in the hospital. Doctors will operate in the hospital. He could have helped you with your homework. He could have helped you with your homework. I prefer your food. I prefer your food. The water is too cold to swim. The water is too cold to swim. Do you sell fresh herbs? Do you sell fresh herbs? They come from different countries but have a common language. They come from different countries but have a common language. He's training for the marathon race. He's training for the marathon race. He listens to music while working. He listens to music while working. I go for a walk every morning. I go for a walk every morning. The movie starts at 7. The movie starts at 7. Should we get it now? Should we get it now? Can I get a second opinion? Can I get a second opinion? Can complain. Can complain. Does not develop monthly. Does not develop monthly. Can you explain this concept to me one more time? Can you explain this concept to me one more time? Was often moved. Was often moved. She cooked a delicious meal. She cooked a delicious meal. Hosted by the children. Hosted by the children. The newspaper published an article on the importance of education. The newspaper published an article on the importance of education. Ahead. Ahead. She may not have been a waitress last year. She may not have been a waitress last year. He played video games with his older brother. He played video games with his older brother. You have to die. You have to die. Seldom will be a scientist. Seldom will be a scientist. We're going by train, right? We're going by train, right? Can it normally be successful? Can it normally be successful? He takes the train to go to work. He takes the train to go to work. Was his grandfather a conductor? Was his grandfather a conductor? Shouldn't they catch it every day? Shouldn't they catch it every day? Show for 2 weeks? Show for 2 weeks? I'm awake but I don't want to get out of bed yet. I'm awake but I don't want to get out of bed yet. Despite the noise, he managed to focus on his work. Despite the noise, he managed to focus on his work. They come ashore once a month. They come ashore once a month. Can I get a rain check for a discounted item? Can I get a rain check for a discounted item? Hard working. Hard working. It could be a famous actor. It could be a famous actor. His grandchildren were filmmakers. His grandchildren were filmmakers. Do you have to order? Do you have to order? Take care of. Take care of. I'll help you with your homework when I've finished mine. I'll help you with your homework when I've finished mine. This is great. This is great. Do you know what I said? Do you know what I said? Does not appear. Does not appear. The food is delicious. The food is delicious. The prison sentence was severe. The prison sentence was severe. Except that one. Except that one. I pour. I pour. I speak good English now. I speak good English now. His brothers are lawyers. His brothers are lawyers. Could not give weekly. Could not give weekly. I'm driving to work at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'm driving to work at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I have a lot of courage. I have a lot of courage. We were working tirelessly on the project and it was finally ready for presentation. We were working tirelessly on the project and it was finally ready for presentation. You shouldn't be a stockbroker every day. You shouldn't be a stockbroker every day. Become a receptionist after 2 days. Become a receptionist after 2 days. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Your cousins were oncologists. Your cousins were oncologists. In 9 months we will have a baby. In 9 months we will have a baby. Any cheese left? Any cheese left? Your stepdaughter was on the jury. Your stepdaughter was on the jury. He didn't come to the party because he was sick. He didn't come to the party because he was sick. Does not shake at dawn. Does not shake at dawn. The house painted blue stands out in the neighborhood. The house painted blue stands out in the neighborhood. You can't smoke here. You can't smoke here. Weren't you an environmentalist every year? Weren't you an environmentalist every year? Are there relatives advertisers? Are there relatives advertisers? I want to talk to Mr. Smith. I want to talk to Mr. Smith. If you want we can start. If you want we can start. They've known each other since college. They've known each other since college. I wish I had bought that book when I had the chance. I wish I had bought that book when I had the chance. The error was noticed too late. The error was noticed too late. Can you get some milk on the way home, please? Can you get some milk on the way home, please? They donated money to support a local charity. They donated money to support a local charity. Are you ready? Are you ready? Saving money is important. Saving money is important. Is our stepson an intensive care specialist? Is our stepson an intensive care specialist? I do not know what to say. I do not know what to say. Is his wife a cop? Is his wife a cop? Let me know if you need a break. Let me know if you need a break. Where can I find canned fruit? Where can I find canned fruit? He sang a lullaby. He sang a lullaby. Can we upload it every week? Can we upload it every week? He didn't force it 3 hours ago. He didn't force it 3 hours ago. My brother is a lifeguard. My brother is a lifeguard. Could I not go forward? Could I not go forward? His father is a chef. His father is a chef. He had lived in that house for 10 years before deciding to move. He had lived in that house for 10 years before deciding to move. The students were working on a group project. The students were working on a group project. He sings better than his brother. He sings better than his brother. I'll be at the gym for an hour. I'll be at the gym for an hour. Better start eating healthier. Better start eating healthier. Shouldn't you be a pilot in 3 days? Shouldn't you be a pilot in 3 days? I want to say, get bored, get bored. By the time the book is finished, she will have been reading it for 3 weeks. By the time the book is finished, she will have been reading it for 3 weeks. Shouldn't it hurt every year? Shouldn't it hurt every year? The company is looking for a new marketing manager. The company is looking for a new marketing manager. The water is too cold to swim. The water is too cold to swim. I can go shopping for new clothes. I can go shopping for new clothes. Aren't we dead? Aren't we dead? Wasn't he a blacksmith for 3 afternoons? Wasn't he a blacksmith for 3 afternoons? I'd be back in 5 minutes. I'd be back in 5 minutes. Before we make a decision, let's gather more information. Before we make a decision, let's gather more information. I don't shoot at noon. I don't shoot at noon. Birds migrate south. Birds migrate south. I went to the market and after that I went to the park. I went to the market and after that I went to the park. Couldn't they catch up a century ago? Couldn't they catch up a century ago? Do you remember? Do you remember? Were our cousins farmers? Were our cousins farmers? This is his book. This is his book. I have to take my car to the mechanic. I have to take my car to the mechanic. When are you leaving school? When are you leaving school? There is no milk in the refrigerator. There is no milk in the refrigerator. What did you have? What did you have? I bet I can find a girlfriend online. I bet I can find a girlfriend online. If I were a famous actress, I would travel the world for movie premieres. If I were a famous actress, I would travel the world for movie premieres. They will not be monthly interviewers. They will not be monthly interviewers. Are his siblings dockers? Are his siblings dockers? They held a picnic to celebrate their anniversary. They held a picnic to celebrate their anniversary. Can you drop me off at the airport? Can you drop me off at the airport? I ate it before I came home. I ate it before I came home. Shall we enter? Shall we enter? Can't wait for later? Can't wait for later? Couldn't they catch up a century ago? Couldn't they catch up a century ago? Other plans. Other plans. Programmed. Programmed. The car crashed into a tree. The car crashed into a tree. Have you ever tried skydiving before your trip to Australia? Have you ever tried skydiving before your trip to Australia? Today is their anniversary. Today is their anniversary. I like to read on the bus. I like to read on the bus. They had dinner at a restaurant last night. They had dinner at a restaurant last night. We met in the park for our picnic. We met in the park for our picnic. He bought a new car. He bought a new car. The movie was watched by millions of people. The movie was watched by millions of people. Can I return an item if it is the wrong color? Can I return an item if it is the wrong color? How much does a concert ticket cost? How much does a concert ticket cost? Workers repair the road. Workers repair the road. Approximately. Approximately. I must eat an apple. I must eat an apple. What are you learning right now? What are you learning right now? How long have you had the problem? How long have you had the problem? If I were a famous singer, I would give concerts around the world. If I were a famous singer, I would give concerts around the world. They had been married for 10 years before deciding to have children. They had been married for 10 years before deciding to have children. Won't it compare? Won't it compare? Did he introduce you every week? Did he introduce you every week? He studied physics at university and became a scientist. He studied physics at university and became a scientist. Must be an economist every year. Must be an economist every year. Would they pull? Would they pull? I'm so tired that I can sleep for a week. I'm so tired that I can sleep for a week. Did you try? Did you try? What? What? I can't believe we're already into the new year. I can't believe we're already into the new year. How do you work? How do you work? Were his grandchildren butchers? Were his grandchildren butchers? I am studying for the language proficiency test. I am studying for the language proficiency test. Can we warn you 1 second ago? Can we warn you 1 second ago? Can you tell me about a wedding and what it's like in your country? Can you tell me about a wedding and what it's like in your country? The photo was taken on the beach. The photo was taken on the beach. Won't be back sooner. Won't be back sooner. Don't they see it, Don? Don't they see it, Don? He supports his team. He supports his team. You have to be proud of yourself for success. You have to be proud of yourself for success. He takes a shower before going to bed. He takes a shower before going to bed. Spending. Spending. Anyone can participate in the competition. Anyone can participate in the competition. They don't like spicy food, and neither do we. They don't like spicy food, and neither do we. If you want a lot of money, you can save money and you have to work. If you want a lot of money, you can save money and you have to work. Do they need help? Do they need help? Everyone ate the cake. Everyone ate the cake. He goes to work in his car. He goes to work in his car. Shouldn't they be hired? Shouldn't they be hired? My sister is on the phone. My sister is on the phone. I will have fun. I will have fun. Can you answer? Can you answer? Flawless. Flawless. You can lay tiles after 3 months. You can lay tiles after 3 months. Next year, can't doubt it. Next year, can't doubt it. I will go to the cinema tomorrow. I will go to the cinema tomorrow. The current state of the economy is uncertain. The current state of the economy is uncertain. If I want to keep up with it, I will need to start strengthening my exercise routine. If I want to keep up with it, I will need to start strengthening my exercise routine. They said we've been waiting for an hour. They said we've been waiting for an hour. They have very good manners. They have very good manners. Rarely am I not an agent? Rarely am I not an agent? Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. The nightly price of our suites is $150. The nightly price of our suites is $150. Shouldn't be a journeyman every day. Shouldn't be a journeyman every day. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. He's going to cook for us tonight. He's going to cook for us tonight. The sunset over the ocean was beautiful. The sunset over the ocean was beautiful. It is difficult to wake up early in the morning. It is difficult to wake up early in the morning. Was his grandson a doctor? Was his grandson a doctor? Was your aunt a rower? Was your aunt a rower? What do you think about removing carbon? What do you think about removing carbon? He needs to get a birthday present. He needs to get a birthday present. He went to the library to borrow some books. He went to the library to borrow some books. I write emails to my friends. I write emails to my friends. How often do you try to play the guitar? How often do you try to play the guitar? I thought so, too. I thought so, too. Increase. Increase. We will have a meeting tomorrow at 1400. We will have a meeting tomorrow at 1400. Whose friend is that girl? Whose friend is that girl? We will send it to you after today. We will send it to you after today. It will be a great success. It will be a great success. Can you give me a status update about the project? Can you give me a status update about the project? He should have sent the email earlier. He should have sent the email earlier. Will not sort. Will not sort. We will go on a long journey in the summer. We will go on a long journey in the summer. Can you recommend a good brand of dish soap? Can you recommend a good brand of dish soap? I look like my grandfather. I look like my grandfather. Won't you be a dermatologist sometimes? Won't you be a dermatologist sometimes? See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Can I return this product if I am not satisfied? Can I return this product if I am not satisfied? We often go to the park. We often go to the park. He said to me, I can't come to the party. He said to me, I can't come to the party. Shouldn't we run away from time to time? Shouldn't we run away from time to time? He goes shopping on Saturdays. He goes shopping on Saturdays. Are you not a worker after 4 months? Are you not a worker after 4 months? He has to call his mother to celebrate his birthday. He has to call his mother to celebrate his birthday. We can go after 4 nights. We can go after 4 nights. I don't like spicy food. I don't like spicy food. Time. Time. The cat sleeps in the sun. The cat sleeps in the sun. Prepositional verb. Prepositional verb. Do you have to include? Do you have to include? Failed every year. Failed every year. I didn't see the winner happen, he said. I didn't see the winner happen, he said. Let me see yours. Let me see yours. We had 3 commissioning jobs. We had 3 commissioning jobs. The photo was taken on the beach. The photo was taken on the beach. He wishes to participate in the painting exhibition. He wishes to participate in the painting exhibition. I am a participant in this study. I am a participant in this study. They can be interviewers next year. They can be interviewers next year. The competition gets tougher with each round. The competition gets tougher with each round. When the concert is over, I will be listening to my favorite songs live. When the concert is over, I will be listening to my favorite songs live. Approximately. Approximately. I've never been to Paris, he told me. I've never been to Paris, he told me. We couldn't answer. We couldn't answer. Can inquire at noon. Can inquire at noon. We couldn't get back 5 hours ago. We couldn't get back 5 hours ago. I don't have butter. I don't have butter. Give up. Give up. Aren't we missionaries after a weekend? Aren't we missionaries after a weekend? The restaurant will close at midnight. The restaurant will close at midnight. They are having a picnic in the park. They are having a picnic in the park. You don't know my talent. You don't know my talent. They usually walk to work. They usually walk to work. I'm going to paint my bedroom next weekend. I'm going to paint my bedroom next weekend. He was going to be a missionary after 4 weekends. He was going to be a missionary after 4 weekends. By other name. By other name. I like swimming in the ocean. I like swimming in the ocean. I've already had lunch, she told him. I've already had lunch, she told him. I played video games for an hour and then did my homework. I played video games for an hour and then did my homework. Where are you getting it from? Where are you getting it from? Sometimes it's an investment. Sometimes it's an investment. I will go on a journey. I will go on a journey. We usually have lunch at 12. We usually have lunch at 12. They will not wage war. They will not wage war. Sounds great. Sounds great. The legacy of his service to his country will always be remembered. The legacy of his service to his country will always be remembered. Your aunt is an astronomer. Your aunt is an astronomer. Can I borrow your umbrella? Can I borrow your umbrella? How much time do we have left? How much time do we have left? The police officer said we should leave the area. The police officer said we should leave the area. Should always be examined. Should always be examined. He had lived in that city for 10 years before moving to the countryside. He had lived in that city for 10 years before moving to the countryside. We have already visited that museum. We have already visited that museum. Next summer I will travel around Europe. Next summer I will travel around Europe. Our friend was an educator. Our friend was an educator. Denies it. Denies it. Monthly may fail. Monthly may fail. They play football on Sundays. They play football on Sundays. I was born under the stars. I was born under the stars. Should he coach after 2 months? Should he coach after 2 months? The team led by his coach won the tournament. The team led by his coach won the tournament. Actual head count per rating. Actual head count per rating. You must arrive on time for the appointment. You must arrive on time for the appointment. Trustworthy. Trustworthy. He may forget his keys again. He may forget his keys again. I need to check my bank account balance. I need to check my bank account balance. Is my uncle a garbage collector? Is my uncle a garbage collector? I don't have much time. I don't have much time. Don't we usually make jewelry? Don't we usually make jewelry? We are not mayor now. We are not mayor now. I have the appropriate paperwork. I have the appropriate paperwork. Shouldn't we be cops often? Shouldn't we be cops often? They contain natural ingredients. They contain natural ingredients. They are late for the train. They are late for the train. To earn money. To earn money. I'm not sure I want to help you. I'm not sure I want to help you. The bus stops here. The bus stops here. We should call our parents more often. We should call our parents more often. They started a business to be their own boss. They started a business to be their own boss. I am not a daily commitment. I am not a daily commitment. They visited their relatives at the weekend. They visited their relatives at the weekend. How often does he go for a walk in the park? How often does he go for a walk in the park? How much will my treatment cost? How much will my treatment cost? Can't decide in an hour? Can't decide in an hour? Is this the restaurant where we had dinner last night? Is this the restaurant where we had dinner last night? These are your travel guides. These are your travel guides. His father was a translator. His father was a translator. They couldn't publish it daily. They couldn't publish it daily. The book remains unopened. The book remains unopened. He had his car inspected at the auto repair shop. He had his car inspected at the auto repair shop. Is it made of leather? Is it made of leather? We cannot persuade. We cannot persuade. Cannot announce after 5 seconds. Cannot announce after 5 seconds. If you want a lot of money, you can save money and you have to work. If you want a lot of money, you can save money and you have to work. Where can I find dairy products? Where can I find dairy products? He would rather play basketball than football. He would rather play basketball than football. Road map. Road map. Mary took a taxi. Mary took a taxi. When will we go? When will we go? It consists of 4 parts. It consists of 4 parts. Can you reach this address? Can you reach this address? Can they always do chemistry? Can they always do chemistry? When the project is completed, we will be working on it for 2 years. When the project is completed, we will be working on it for 2 years. You wouldn't change. You wouldn't change. He's making his dream come true. He's making his dream come true. Let me help you carry the bags. Let me help you carry the bags. Insecure. Insecure. I'm reading my favorite author's book. I'm reading my favorite author's book. I can't quite reach the top shelf. I can't quite reach the top shelf. What about me? What about me? Sort out. Sort out. I'm in the curtained room. I'm in the curtained room. They decided to go on a world tour. They decided to go on a world tour. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. 4 I'm going to the beach. 4 I'm going to the beach. I will go to the airport by bus. I will go to the airport by bus. My neighbor is constantly making noise and it's driving me crazy. My neighbor is constantly making noise and it's driving me crazy. Nighttime cannot thank you. Nighttime cannot thank you. Will it continue? Will it continue? Rarely need to attend? Rarely need to attend? He is studying for the exam. He is studying for the exam. He will have finished the report when the meeting begins. He will have finished the report when the meeting begins. What is the capital of the United States of America? What is the capital of the United States of America? There is a bus at the bus stop. There is a bus at the bus stop. Hard working. Hard working. I didn't judge. I didn't judge. In the spring the snow will melt. In the spring the snow will melt. When do I clean my room? When do I clean my room? See you in the park after school. See you in the park after school. Can you answer? Can you answer? He doesn't eat until his food is cold. He doesn't eat until his food is cold. We need to buy food weekly. We need to buy food weekly. I'll take the express bus to save time. I'll take the express bus to save time. Can it grow every month? Can it grow every month? It won't fund then 5 a.m. It won't fund then 5 a.m. He has to pay his bills by the end of the month. He has to pay his bills by the end of the month. He needs to apologize for his rude comment. He needs to apologize for his rude comment. Can you recommend an expert? Can you recommend an expert? Why did you cancel your plans? He asked. Why did you cancel your plans? He asked. Should it normally be a contractor? Should it normally be a contractor? You were attacking. You were attacking. A sandwich would be great. A sandwich would be great. His half-sister was the butler. His half-sister was the butler. Can't he lay? Can't he lay? 3. I will have breakfast. 3. I will have breakfast. We are aware of this. We are aware of this. What would you like to do? What would you like to do? My mother left my father again and came home a little earlier than I expected. My mother left my father again and came home a little earlier than I expected. They can do hairdressing after 1 week. They can do hairdressing after 1 week. I replied 5 months ago. I replied 5 months ago. My English is better than before. My English is better than before. Do you like to cook? Do you like to cook? Then not a historian. Then not a historian. Borrow. Borrow. I bought new running shoes to participate in a marathon. I bought new running shoes to participate in a marathon. The book is very long, it will take some time to finish. The book is very long, it will take some time to finish. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. The painting was made by Picasso. The painting was made by Picasso. We must begin. We must begin. Have I been hit often? Have I been hit often? May not test occasionally. May not test occasionally. Should he normally collect donations? Should he normally collect donations? I found myself singing in the shower. I found myself singing in the shower. I'm so bored I could die. I'm so bored I could die. My sister was a hydrologist. My sister was a hydrologist. Must refuse. Must refuse. To be careful. To be careful. I may not be a cop in 5 hours. I may not be a cop in 5 hours. As a result, we must act immediately. As a result, we must act immediately. Not looking at twilight? Not looking at twilight? I won't warn you in a minute. I won't warn you in a minute. We couldn't believe our eyes when we saw the view. We couldn't believe our eyes when we saw the view. On the beach, I could feel the sand between my toes. On the beach, I could feel the sand between my toes. I will go to the doctor for control and treatment. I will go to the doctor for control and treatment. Shouldn't we disappear after 4 weeks? Shouldn't we disappear after 4 weeks? Unfortunately, we don't have much time. Unfortunately, we don't have much time. The author will work on his new novel for months. The author will work on his new novel for months. I was scared. I was scared. After the storm passed, we were able to detect the damage. After the storm passed, we were able to detect the damage. Will he speak in 3 hours? Will he speak in 3 hours? You can't remember how we met. You can't remember how we met. After 2 hours should not train. After 2 hours should not train. The ostrich is the fastest bird on land. The ostrich is the fastest bird on land. I'll excuse you from class. I'll excuse you from class. We should be hopeful for next year. We should be hopeful for next year. Immediately derived. Immediately derived. Taken on a weekly basis. Taken on a weekly basis. I will meet my friends later. I will meet my friends later. He plays the guitar very well. He plays the guitar very well. They hate waiting in line. They hate waiting in line. He was not sleeping. He was not sleeping. Their father was an anesthesiologist. Their father was an anesthesiologist. I don't enjoy every week. I don't enjoy every week. We went to the mountains for hiking. We went to the mountains for hiking. I will help my friend move into a new flat. I will help my friend move into a new flat. They may not be interested in next year. They may not be interested in next year. Your niece was a nurse. Your niece was a nurse. They usually have lunch in the office cafeteria. They usually have lunch in the office cafeteria. Look at some common adjectives to describe foods. What kind of food do we use them often with? Look at some common adjectives to describe foods. What kind of food do we use them often with? I like your brother. I like your brother. He thought I was a servant. He thought I was a servant. He had already left the airport when I came to pick him up. He had already left the airport when I came to pick him up. His nephew is a blacksmith. His nephew is a blacksmith. Always introduced. Always introduced. Do you find it appropriate to help? Do you find it appropriate to help? We can invest. We can invest. Tear up. Tear up. I'm going out with my friends this weekend. I'm going out with my friends this weekend. The store closes at 9 p.m. The store closes at 9 p.m. Won't he sit? Won't he sit? Scalable. Scalable. Thanks for the update. Thanks for the update. I'll buy you something on the way home. I'll buy you something on the way home. This is your suitcase. This is your suitcase. If it's not raining, we can go cycling. If it's not raining, we can go cycling. Sort. Sort. You can fly. You can fly. We did the test on Android. We did the test on Android. Please make an appointment with our sales team. Please make an appointment with our sales team. I will have finished all my homework by the end of the week. I will have finished all my homework by the end of the week. There would be no hostess at dawn. There would be no hostess at dawn. Consistency. Consistency. You should see it at dawn. You should see it at dawn. Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend. Hello friends. Hello friends. They were illustrators at sunset. They were illustrators at sunset. They went to the beach last weekend and had a great time. They went to the beach last weekend and had a great time. Both of us. Both of us. We live in a big city. We live in a big city. Is he hopeful? Is he hopeful? Basically. Basically. Will you come to the party? Will you come to the party? Drama Club is putting on a play about a duck trying to find its way home. Drama Club is putting on a play about a duck trying to find its way home. I will return the book to the library. I will return the book to the library. Stronger than your friend. Stronger than your friend. How often do they go on road trips? How often do they go on road trips? I have a doctor's appointment. I'm leaving early today. I have a doctor's appointment. I'm leaving early today. Our team won the match. Our team won the match. The cake was beautifully decorated. The cake was beautifully decorated. I have to take my car to the mechanic. I have to take my car to the mechanic. Avalanche. Avalanche. The kid with the red hat is my nephew. The kid with the red hat is my nephew. Her sisters were stewardesses. Her sisters were stewardesses. Firefighters will put out the fire all night. Firefighters will put out the fire all night. In the evening he will be learning a new language. In the evening he will be learning a new language. I see trouble ahead. I see trouble ahead. Don't they often do carpentry? Don't they often do carpentry? The army is on the move. The army is on the move. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Sometimes the manager. Sometimes the manager. They didn't call before 4 a.m. They didn't call before 4 a.m. By the time you arrive he will have finished the game. By the time you arrive he will have finished the game. Shouldn't they be noticed? Shouldn't they be noticed? Students are participating in a school activity. Students are participating in a school activity. Make a wine. Make a wine. Autumn leaves are beautiful. Autumn leaves are beautiful. It must be delicious. It must be delicious. Is your grandfather a fashion designer? Is your grandfather a fashion designer? Shrimps. Shrimps. We had already finished the project before the deadline. We had already finished the project before the deadline. I shouldn't measure. I shouldn't measure. How did you walk? How did you walk? She was knitting a sweater while watching TV. She was knitting a sweater while watching TV. Can you please explain this again? Can you please explain this again? She is an actress. She is an actress. I need to finish writing this article. I need to finish writing this article. I studied math. I studied math. It has 2 notebooks on it. It has 2 notebooks on it. The dog is playing with his favorite toy in the backyard. The dog is playing with his favorite toy in the backyard. I was completely ready to leave. I was completely ready to leave. Is my stepsister a pianist? Is my stepsister a pianist? The sunset was breathtakingly beautiful. The sunset was breathtakingly beautiful. He meditated to reduce anxiety. He meditated to reduce anxiety. The scissors are not here. The scissors are not here. Shouldn't he be a cardiologist at sunset? Shouldn't he be a cardiologist at sunset? We're a rent. We're a rent. We met in the park for our picnic. We met in the park for our picnic. On the way home from work, I must not forget to do the grocery shopping. On the way home from work, I must not forget to do the grocery shopping. After finishing his coffee, he left the cafe. After finishing his coffee, he left the cafe. He couldn't find his sunglasses. He couldn't find his sunglasses. Do I play? Do I play? This is urgent. This is urgent. I want to watch a movie. I want to watch a movie. I had finished my homework before my mother came home. I had finished my homework before my mother came home. You will sleep soundly tonight. You will sleep soundly tonight. Produced the day before. Produced the day before. Can you lend me some money? Can you lend me some money? Sounds great. Sounds great. Thought. Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? Can you lend me a few dollars before payday? Enjoy your meal. Enjoy your meal. They were invited 1 year ago. They were invited 1 year ago. Struggle. Can't be a midwife after 4 days? Can't be a midwife after 4 days? This painting is very valuable to me. This painting is very valuable to me. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. The store opens at 9 a.m. The store opens at 9 a.m. I was learning to play the guitar. I was learning to play the guitar. She cooked for her friends to celebrate her birthday. She cooked for her friends to celebrate her birthday. 1. I have a couple of dice. 1. I have a couple of dice. How many students are in your class? How many students are in your class? He didn't said a week ago. He didn't said a week ago. We bought new shoes. We bought new shoes. Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes, I understand what you're saying. We love to travel to different countries. We love to travel to different countries. I am very happy with my new job. I am very happy with my new job. My parents were traveling to Europe last month. My parents were traveling to Europe last month. If they won the match, they would celebrate. If they won the match, they would celebrate. The violin is the most sensitive musical instrument. The violin is the most sensitive musical instrument. Rarely can you improve? Rarely can you improve? The cat was sleeping on the windowsill in the sunlight. The cat was sleeping on the windowsill in the sunlight. They can get a rescue dog from the shelter. They can get a rescue dog from the shelter. He works in the field of engineering. He works in the field of engineering. He has a strong work ethic. He has a strong work ethic. Was her mother-in-law a dietitian? Was her mother-in-law a dietitian? Shall we rock for 2 weeks? Shall we rock for 2 weeks? His friends are psychologists. His friends are psychologists. Was your stepson an air traffic controller? Was your stepson an air traffic controller? You remember your name. You remember your name. Are there children managers? Are there children managers? Driving when tired. Driving when tired. You'll have a nap in an hour. You'll have a nap in an hour. Do they question? Do they question? The meeting was cancelled due to bad weather conditions. The meeting was cancelled due to bad weather conditions. Almost everyone is here. Almost everyone is here. Children are playing with their toys. Children are playing with their toys. Doesn't he lie after 4 months? Doesn't he lie after 4 months? I have not been to Europe. I have not been to Europe. Our materials are sourced from local suppliers. Our materials are sourced from local suppliers. Mostly. Mostly. I'm a student. I'm a student. Pushing 10 years. Pushing 10 years. Was her sister a midwife? Was her sister a midwife? Please don't be me. Please don't be me. I thought you'd be here by now. I thought you'd be here by now. Please can you help me? Please can you help me? He needs to learn to play the guitar. He needs to learn to play the guitar. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. He is a successful author and has written many best-selling books. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. After 4 minutes they should be put on. After 4 minutes they should be put on. The picture is in color. The picture is in color. What does the problem look like? What does the problem look like? Fist. Fist. Would you like to go to the movies with me? Would you like to go to the movies with me? Do you have sugar-free options? Do you have sugar-free options? They will study abroad next year. They will study abroad next year. Doesn't it advertise at noon? Doesn't it advertise at noon? Read your food profile survey. Read your food profile survey. Obviously, you need more processing. Obviously, you need more processing. Your grandfather was a mechanic. Your grandfather was a mechanic. I was just wondering about the square shape. I was just wondering about the square shape. He will not rest until he finishes the project. He will not rest until he finishes the project. Which day? Which day? Where can I find cleaning supplies? Where can I find cleaning supplies? I think we need to find some solutions. I think we need to find some solutions. Can't lie at sunrise? Can't lie at sunrise? His half-brother was an investor. His half-brother was an investor. Would you like to take dance lessons? Would you like to take dance lessons? Where will you stay while you're here? Where will you stay while you're here? Our half-brother was vice president. Our half-brother was vice president. They have finished their homework. They have finished their homework. Depends on the size of the problem. Depends on the size of the problem. Can refuse after one day. Can refuse after one day. I'll be working on this ticket when you start. I'll be working on this ticket when you start. They were happy with their new home. They were happy with their new home. How many cars are there? How many cars are there? Will I be injured? Will I be injured? The picture was hung on the wall by my sister. The picture was hung on the wall by my sister. I'm going to the zoo. I'm going to the zoo. He called his friend. He called his friend. Can you lend me your umbrella? It's raining outside. Can you lend me your umbrella? It's raining outside. The ball rolled off the table. The ball rolled off the table. I am sad. I totally blew it up. I am sad. I totally blew it up. We have already completed the project. 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 I have never seen such a beautiful sunset before. I have never seen such a beautiful sunset before. Despite her fear, she faced her fears and went skydiving. Despite her fear, she faced her fears and went skydiving. The team is working hard for the competitions. The team is working hard for the competitions. I didn't. Under. My family was busy at work. My family was busy at work. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's interesting to learn about different cultures. It's interesting to learn about different cultures. I didn't. I have to go home. I have to go home. We have to pay the bills by the end of the month. We have to pay the bills by the end of the month. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. Can't we dance a century from now? Can't we dance a century from now? Was my grandfather a jockey? Was my grandfather a jockey? You will need to repair your car. You will need to repair your car. Hair dryer not working. Hair dryer not working. The child is beyond discipline. The child is beyond discipline. We had the documents translated by a sworn translator. We had the documents translated by a sworn translator. The detail of the painting was impressive. Every brushstroke was visible. The detail of the painting was impressive. Every brushstroke was visible. Watching movies is fun. Watching movies is fun. His brother-in-law is a shop assistant. His brother-in-law is a shop assistant. You'll be the jury every week. You'll be the jury every week. We must be quiet in the library. We must be quiet in the library. Were my cousins CEOs? Were my cousins CEOs? I have 2 sons and my eldest son's name is Tommy. This car is his. I have 2 sons and my eldest son's name is Tommy. This car is his. These are their bikes. These are their bikes. Can't he be a doctor in 4 centuries? Can't he be a doctor in 4 centuries? Does this creature actually exist? Does this creature actually exist? He promised to call me later. He promised to call me later. Can I return an item that was damaged during shipping? Can I return an item that was damaged during shipping? Why am I not helping you? Why am I not helping you? It is necessary to be organized. It is necessary to be organized. They enjoyed the concert alone. They enjoyed the concert alone. They ate dinner. They ate dinner. This book is interesting. This book is interesting. They hate doing laundry. They hate doing laundry. He had never seen snow before his journey into the mountains. He had never seen snow before his journey into the mountains. My children are getting a good education. My children are getting a good education. If only I had a better understanding of technology, I could fix my computer. If only I had a better understanding of technology, I could fix my computer. They would like. I have to clean the house before the guests arrive. I have to clean the house before the guests arrive. They were studying for the biology exam together. They were studying for the biology exam together. I feel excited for the trip. I feel excited for the trip. Birds sing in the trees. Birds sing in the trees. I can't publish. I can't publish. If I were a chef, I would open my own restaurant. If I were a chef, I would open my own restaurant. Don't you need to meet? Don't you need to meet? Can't I always be a watchman? Can't I always be a watchman? We don't comment every day. We don't comment every day. We stop to take photos along the way. We stop to take photos along the way. The situation exceeds the limits of human imagination. The situation exceeds the limits of human imagination. I wish I could be as confident as him. I wish I could be as confident as him. That manager one evening later? That manager one evening later? Is my stepmother the captain? Is my stepmother the captain? He forgives her for her mistakes. He forgives her for her mistakes. He is a police officer and helps keep the community safe. He is a police officer and helps keep the community safe. The big dog is scarier than the small one. The big dog is scarier than the small one. Have your dinner early. Have your dinner early. Could not follow. Could not follow. He did not pass the test because he did not understand the subject. He did not pass the test because he did not understand the subject. Although he disagreed with us, he respected our views. Although he disagreed with us, he respected our views. To eliminate. To eliminate. The article examines the effects of climate change on wildlife. The article examines the effects of climate change on wildlife. Isn't he a locksmith every month? Isn't he a locksmith every month? Can I have your order? Can I have your order? The food prepared by the chef was delicious. The food prepared by the chef was delicious. You must be honest in your relationships. You must be honest in your relationships. He was not sleeping. He was not sleeping. She danced in ballet. She danced in ballet. He did not pass the test because he did not understand the subject. He did not pass the test because he did not understand the subject. Tree damaged by lightning had to be removed. Tree damaged by lightning had to be removed. Let me have a look if you allow. Let me have a look if you allow. Can you wear it after 3 nights? Can you wear it after 3 nights? Do we need to do anything? Do we need to do anything? He can come to the party tonight. He can come to the party tonight. I will sleep 8 hours tonight. I will sleep 8 hours tonight. Once a day. Once a day. He came to the meeting first. He came to the meeting first. We are going on vacation next week. We are going on vacation next week. He had never been on a roller coaster before, so he was nervous. He had never been on a roller coaster before, so he was nervous. I can remember every week. I can remember every week. Am I not going to do a masseuse weekly? Am I not going to do a masseuse weekly? Your cousin's postman. Your cousin's postman. I speak a little English. I speak a little English. We are waiting for a reply from the A team regarding the solution of the problem. We are waiting for a reply from the A team regarding the solution of the problem. While it can be time-consuming, it is important to do it the right way. While it can be time-consuming, it is important to do it the right way. The students are listening to the teacher. The students are listening to the teacher. Do they have to play in the afternoon? Do they have to play in the afternoon? We have to finish our homework. We have to finish our homework. The shop was already closed when we arrived. The shop was already closed when we arrived. Hit. And so the prince saw that it was really Cinderella's slippers. And so the prince saw that it was really Cinderella's slippers. A compulsory training organized by the company. A compulsory training organized by the company. Can you help me find the gym? Can you help me find the gym? If you want, let's end this meeting. If you want, let's end this meeting. How much sugar do I need for tea? How much sugar do I need for tea? The blue dress is more beautiful than the green one. The blue dress is more beautiful than the green one. He didn't sleep all night and was too tired to concentrate on his work as a result. He didn't sleep all night and was too tired to concentrate on his work as a result. Not used after 2 hours? Not used after 2 hours? This is his book. This is his book. A writer should write as he should breathe. A writer should write as he should breathe. I'll have to get a new bucket. I'll have to get a new bucket. What is your dream? What is your dream? It's starting to rain. It's starting to rain. Is your friend a shipper? Is your friend a shipper? You should not carry. You should not carry. My sister doesn't want to go shopping, and neither do I. My sister doesn't want to go shopping, and neither do I. After the rain I could see the rainbow. After the rain I could see the rainbow. I'm cleaning my room. I'm cleaning my room. They're going to dance at the club tonight. They're going to dance at the club tonight. Is there a perfume section in the store? Is there a perfume section in the store? The train leaves at 1800. The train leaves at 1800. Was his grandson a doctor? Was his grandson a doctor? Couldn't he be a psychiatrist last year? Couldn't he be a psychiatrist last year? How unforgettable! How unforgettable! Can it move monthly? Can it move monthly? His aunt is a writer. His aunt is a writer. I've been studying English for 2 years, he told his friend. I've been studying English for 2 years, he told his friend. He used to live in a different country. He used to live in a different country. They take a nap after lunch. They take a nap after lunch. Am I expanding? Am I expanding? We continue. We continue. I'm applying. I'm applying. Does not respond every day. Does not respond every day. How about trying that new cafe downtown? How about trying that new cafe downtown? Is our brother a financier? Is our brother a financier? One day later it would not match. One day later it would not match. I want to see you. I want to see you. Was your grandfather a lantern? Was your grandfather a lantern? The hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. The hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. What kind of computer games do you like? What kind of computer games do you like? We're going on vacation next week. We're going on vacation next week. She has been practicing yoga since last week. She has been practicing yoga since last week. Can't we improve after 4 months? Can't we improve after 4 months? We were determined to finish the project until the very end. We were determined to finish the project until the very end. Did he say anything to you? Did he say anything to you? Was not visible now. Was not visible now. They opened every day. They opened every day. This is my teacher. This is my teacher. Is her stepfather a poet? Is her stepfather a poet? Unnecessary. Unnecessary. He may forget his anniversary. He may forget his anniversary. I do not have much time. I do not have much time. He sat on the bench in the park and read a book. He sat on the bench in the park and read a book. He needs to learn to swim. He needs to learn to swim. The city is busy. The city is busy. He was preparing dinner when the phone rang. He was preparing dinner when the phone rang. I have to find a bus to the mall. I have to find a bus to the mall. Could they be congressmen at noon? Could they be congressmen at noon? Will you meet me at the cafe? Will you meet me at the cafe? They would not affect. They would not affect. We cleaned the house. We cleaned the house. I think you should buy a car. I think you should buy a car. I can't find my keys. I can't find my keys. Did it fall at sunrise? Did it fall at sunrise? Can I return an item if it is broken? Can I return an item if it is broken? We decided to go on vacation together. We decided to go on vacation together. Aren't they 2 weeks from the advertiser? Aren't they 2 weeks from the advertiser? My head is aching. My head is aching. The price of our rooms is $100 per night. The price of our rooms is $100 per night. If you don't finish your homework, you'll get a low grade. If you don't finish your homework, you'll get a low grade. Can't I derive after 5 weeks? Can't I derive after 5 weeks? We shouldn't make too much noise in the library. We shouldn't make too much noise in the library. Tree branch. Tree branch. I go to the gym to exercise. I go to the gym to exercise. I believe that kindness is more important than intelligence. I believe that kindness is more important than intelligence. Should throw. Should throw. I can't believe you're wearing a pink shirt. I can't believe you're wearing a pink shirt. Will I be a bartender after 4 weeks? Will I be a bartender after 4 weeks? Why didn't you finish your lessons? Why didn't you finish your lessons? They went to the beach on vacation. They went to the beach on vacation. Don't we feel sometimes? Don't we feel sometimes? All the guests are gone and the party is over. All the guests are gone and the party is over. To solve. To solve. We help them with their homework. We help them with their homework. They still need to pack their bags for the trip. They still need to pack their bags for the trip. He sought compensation after the accident. He sought compensation after the accident. He should have finished the report yesterday. He should have finished the report yesterday. He will play in the championship game next week. He will play in the championship game next week. In 9 months we will have a baby. In 9 months we will have a baby. There is a car in the garage. There is a car in the garage. What the hell are you doing under the table? What the hell are you doing under the table? Which festivals are you planning to attend this summer? Which festivals are you planning to attend this summer? Children are playing with toys. Children are playing with toys. Did he wash the dishwasher later at 3 a.m.? Did he wash the dishwasher later at 3 a.m.? We are excited to celebrate our anniversary. We are excited to celebrate our anniversary. Despite being nervous, he gave a great performance. Despite being nervous, he gave a great performance. The store opens at 9 a.m. every day. The store opens at 9 a.m. every day. He has 2 dogs. The little one is friendly but the big one is shy. He has 2 dogs. The little one is friendly but the big one is shy. Who will clean this up? Who will clean this up? If he had studied medicine, he would have been a doctor. If he had studied medicine, he would have been a doctor. Can you pass me the salt, please? Asked. Can you pass me the salt, please? Asked. She rarely puts on makeup. She rarely puts on makeup. I will speak English with my children. I will speak English with my children. We went to visit our grandparents during the summer vacation. We went to visit our grandparents during the summer vacation. He plays the guitar very well. He plays the guitar very well. Don't we trade annually? Don't we trade annually? They won't notice at noon. They won't notice at noon. I am manager. I am manager. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. Was her husband a chemist? Was her husband a chemist? Small town is great. Small town is great. Inside. Inside. Will I weld occasionally? Will I weld occasionally? Don't you notice? Don't you notice? They asked where are you going on vacation? They asked where are you going on vacation? Does it invest? Does it invest? I need your help. I need your help. I need to check my bank account balance. I need to check my bank account balance. I wrote the article. I wrote the article. Could you please change the next page? Could you please change the next page? How are you? How are you? Was my half-sister a cameraman? Was my half-sister a cameraman? The situation is beyond belief. The situation is beyond belief. Themselves. Themselves. You shouldn't be a therapist after the 4th century. You shouldn't be a therapist after the 4th century. We are not just pediatricians. We are not just pediatricians. We can build this house. We can build this house. Different variations. Different variations. I have been studying English for 2 years. I have been studying English for 2 years. The school is across from the park. The school is across from the park. We played board games with our friends. We played board games with our friends. Do you have plans for next weekend? Do you have plans for next weekend? At the end of the event. At the end of the event. I guess I didn't have much time because I was busy. I guess I didn't have much time because I was busy. I own this car. I own this car. Was her brother a virologist? Was her brother a virologist? They always go on vacation in the summer. They always go on vacation in the summer. I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. The Tommy family is one of the wealthiest families in Argentina. The Tommy family is one of the wealthiest families in Argentina. I am available. I am available. Have you seen a good TV show lately? Have you seen a good TV show lately? He has been learning to swim for a while. He has been learning to swim for a while. I'm excited to start my new job next week. I'm excited to start my new job next week. He has to finish his homework before he goes out. He has to finish his homework before he goes out. Your wife was a professor. Your wife was a professor. He wants to visit London and I want to visit him too. He wants to visit London and I want to visit him too. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Was I a physiologist every day? Was I a physiologist every day? There were children in the opposite building. There were children in the opposite building. Do you know who John is? Do you know who John is? The car I'm interested in buying is a convertible. The car I'm interested in buying is a convertible. He is a very loving person. He is a very loving person. Couldn't he get? Couldn't he get? He agreed to help me with my project. He agreed to help me with my project. I have too much faith. I have too much faith. I've finished my homework. I've finished my homework. They said they want to go on vacation. They said they want to go on vacation. Why be? Why be? When I woke up, he had already gone to work. When I woke up, he had already gone to work. We should have talked about this in more detail. We should have talked about this in more detail. I have plans and goals. I have plans and goals. That operator 3 centuries later. That operator 3 centuries later. If it snows tomorrow, we will make a snowman. If it snows tomorrow, we will make a snowman. Was your nephew a speaker? Was your nephew a speaker? I will be working on my new project next week. I will be working on my new project next week. I will be on vacation until the beginning of July. I will be on vacation until the beginning of July. I shouldn't clean. I shouldn't clean. He takes pictures of the sunset. He takes pictures of the sunset. They bought new clothes for the party. They bought new clothes for the party. Can you help me move this box up? Can you help me move this box up? Too expensive for me to buy a dress. Too expensive for me to buy a dress. Would you go camping with your family? Would you go camping with your family? The letter was read by my friend. The letter was read by my friend. He is more responsible than his younger brother. He is more responsible than his younger brother. I will do my best. I will do my best. They can always wage war. They can always wage war. 2. I'm going to the aquarium. 2. I'm going to the aquarium. I can't eat spicy food. It's too hot for me. I can't eat spicy food. It's too hot for me. Teresa in the chair. Teresa in the chair. They didn't draw an hour ago. They didn't draw an hour ago. She was knitting a sweater while watching TV. She was knitting a sweater while watching TV. Will you come to the party later? Will you come to the party later? I want to visit my friend. I want to visit my friend. The car parked itself in the parking lot. The car parked itself in the parking lot. The baby is crawling on the floor. The baby is crawling on the floor. Could you please turn off the lights on your way out? Could you please turn off the lights on your way out? Children should give money to their classmates. Children should give money to their classmates. Is our mom the sheriff? Is our mom the sheriff? I will see a man who is your friend. I will see a man who is your friend. We had been hiking in the mountains all day, so we were tired by evening. We had been hiking in the mountains all day, so we were tired by evening. There are no apples left in the basket. There are no apples left in the basket. My family will visit me next weekend. My family will visit me next weekend. Was I drinking 1 week ago? Was I drinking 1 week ago? He is riding a rabbit. He is riding a rabbit. He hates noisy places. He hates noisy places. The door was accidentally locked. The door was accidentally locked. Can I see your personal ID, please? Can I see your personal ID, please? Were you sick yesterday? Were you sick yesterday? Those birds sing very well. Those birds sing very well. He listens to music while cleaning the house. He listens to music while cleaning the house. Sold out. Sold out. I was going to the market. I was going to the market. The company is expanding its product range. The company is expanding its product range. Despite. Not yelling after 2 weeks? Not yelling after 2 weeks? Do you know? People come here to work with you. Okay. Do you know? People come here to work with you. Okay. We should joke every month. We should joke every month. Want some popcorn with your movie? Want some popcorn with your movie? The dog barks loudly. The dog barks loudly. It happens in May. It happens in May. Football is more popular than basketball. Football is more popular than basketball. She cooked a delicious dinner for her friends. She cooked a delicious dinner for her friends. The ability to adapt to change is important. The ability to adapt to change is important. If he's late, we'll start without him. If he's late, we'll start without him. I have a couple of oranges. I have a couple of oranges. Ministers meeting. Ministers meeting. You speak Spanish fluently. You speak Spanish fluently. I have an appointment on Wednesday morning. I have an appointment on Wednesday morning. Are there relatives inspectors? Are there relatives inspectors? Consistency in yoga practice leads to greater flexibility. Consistency in yoga practice leads to greater flexibility. They have to finish their homework before they go out. They have to finish their homework before they go out. Raw port. Raw port. Is there something we missed? Is there something we missed? They will not attack. They will not attack. I will be looking at him. I will be looking at him. I have some friends living in New York. I have some friends living in New York. Can she do gymnastics for 10 years? Can she do gymnastics for 10 years? I'm going to primary school. I'm going to primary school. His sister was a songwriter. His sister was a songwriter. They go shopping for new clothes. They go shopping for new clothes. When the project is completed, we will be working on it for 2 years. When the project is completed, we will be working on it for 2 years. We were having a barbecue in the backyard. We were having a barbecue in the backyard. I need to return some books. I need to return some books. They hate doing homework. They hate doing homework. He would deny it after 4 nights. He would deny it after 4 nights. I have to call my parents and let them know I'm going to be late. I have to call my parents and let them know I'm going to be late. The article was published in a popular magazine. The article was published in a popular magazine. I did not understand this issue. I did not understand this issue. They practiced their presentation over and over and delivered flawlessly as a result. They practiced their presentation over and over and delivered flawlessly as a result. You should like. You should like. How much? How much? I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Never give up. Never give up. Students will write their essays for 1 hour. Students will write their essays for 1 hour. I will add more sugar to the cake. I will add more sugar to the cake. Yesterday. Yesterday. How often do you try to play the guitar? How often do you try to play the guitar? I like crispy bread. I like crispy bread. I have been studying for 10 hours. I have been studying for 10 hours. Was he the night watchman next year? Was he the night watchman next year? How do you spell your name? How do you spell your name? Am I going to school? Am I going to school? I will help you with your project, provided you ask nicely. I will help you with your project, provided you ask nicely. I find classical music more relaxing than rock music. I find classical music more relaxing than rock music. Your son was a fashion designer. Your son was a fashion designer. Later. Later. Is his nephew a shop assistant? Is his nephew a shop assistant? You cannot drive until you have a license. You cannot drive until you have a license. Is there a babysitting section in the store? Is there a babysitting section in the store? Our sister is the guide. Our sister is the guide. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Normally they are not important. Normally they are not important. We want to improve our English speaking skills. We want to improve our English speaking skills. Flowers were blooming in the garden. Flowers were blooming in the garden. Sorry for being late. Sorry for being late. They should have called a plumber to fix the leak. They should have called a plumber to fix the leak. If I was a superhero, I would fight for justice. If I was a superhero, I would fight for justice. Why are you wearing a jacket? Because it's cold outside. Why are you wearing a jacket? Because it's cold outside. The window was shattered by a strong wind. The window was shattered by a strong wind. We have no finished tickets. We have no finished tickets. Manners. Manners. Today I went looking for a new pair of shoes. Today I went looking for a new pair of shoes. Why are you so angry with him? Why are you so angry with him? We look like our parents. We look like our parents. Talks about it often. Talks about it often. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. The cheetah is the fastest land animal. Can they make jewelry soon? Can they make jewelry soon? Not right every year. Not right every year. I like bread. I like bread. I'll tie the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. I'll tie the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. He'll be away for a few weeks. He'll be away for a few weeks. Is he a missionary? Is he a missionary? There are too many books on your shelf. There are too many books on your shelf. Did I build? Did I build? Can you speak English? Can you speak English? I wouldn't be lost. I wouldn't be lost. You shouldn't look back. You shouldn't look back. Okay then. How is your shoulder? Okay then. How is your shoulder? Your half-brother is a neurologist. Your half-brother is a neurologist. Could the virologist be 10 years? Could the virologist be 10 years? Sorry for interrupting. Sorry for interrupting. Didn't I become a tradesman a week ago? Didn't I become a tradesman a week ago? Couldn't you include last year? Couldn't you include last year? What do you think of my company? What do you think of my company? Is your grandson a lumberjack? Is your grandson a lumberjack? They had their car serviced at the mechanic. They had their car serviced at the mechanic. Then I have to call my family. Then I have to call my family. The East Coast was hit by a severe storm. The East Coast was hit by a severe storm. You could have been the captain at 2 o'clock the night before. You could have been the captain at 2 o'clock the night before. We need to fix this problem before it becomes a bigger problem. We need to fix this problem before it becomes a bigger problem. He listens to music while studying. He listens to music while studying. Should he harvest at dawn? Should he harvest at dawn? He didn't sleep all night and was too tired to concentrate on his work as a result. He didn't sleep all night and was too tired to concentrate on his work as a result. This is his guitar. This is his guitar. We will work until we reach our goal. We will work until we reach our goal. Could you give information about the social facilities of the campus? Could you give information about the social facilities of the campus? You can lay tiles after 3 months. You can lay tiles after 3 months. Is her stepdad a surgeon? Is her stepdad a surgeon? We finished the whole mission. We finished the whole mission. Yesterday was a yellow day. Yesterday was a yellow day. Write about the definition of mindful eating. Write about the definition of mindful eating. We must be responsible for our actions. We must be responsible for our actions. Overlap. Overlap. Consuming. Consuming. Annoying. Annoying. We were watching the sunset on the beach. We were watching the sunset on the beach. The Louvre Museum is the most visited art museum in the world. The Louvre Museum is the most visited art museum in the world. Should I go to school tomorrow? Should I go to school tomorrow? Seeing blood always disgusts me. Seeing blood always disgusts me. He didn't thank you. He didn't thank you. Traffic during rush hours is worse than during off-peak hours. Traffic during rush hours is worse than during off-peak hours. You were on leave. You were on leave. Can he propose next year? Can he propose next year? He goes to the library once a week. He goes to the library once a week. He goes to the park to play. He goes to the park to play. Must not drink or drive. Must not drink or drive. I am very confident in myself. I am very confident in myself. Can I speak to a social worker? Can I speak to a social worker? Consistency. Consistency. The politics of the country is popular. The politics of the country is popular. I can go home. I can go home. The letter was handwritten. The letter was handwritten. I wish I had met you earlier. I wish I had met you earlier. Do you want to come? Do you want to come? Editor at dusk. Editor at dusk. Was to do. Was to do. Do you have any questions or concerns before you leave? Do you have any questions or concerns before you leave? He enjoys listening to classical music. He enjoys listening to classical music. I agree. I agree. Could spend. Could spend. Sorry to interrupt your vacation. Sorry to interrupt your vacation. We had already finished the project before the presentation. We had already finished the project before the presentation. We were playing tennis on the court. We were playing tennis on the court. I will go to the store tomorrow. I will go to the store tomorrow. Soon there was no barber. Soon there was no barber. They're not coming to the party, and neither are we. They're not coming to the party, and neither are we. Can I help you find a comfortable seat? Can I help you find a comfortable seat? What can I give you? What can I give you? Apples are larger than cherries. Apples are larger than cherries. I will see you. I will see you. You could go out with your friends if you had finished your homework. You could go out with your friends if you had finished your homework. I'm sorry if I startled you. I'm sorry if I startled you. Self-confident. Self-confident. Inspiring. Inspiring. I wish I could eat whatever I want without gaining weight. I wish I could eat whatever I want without gaining weight. Have you finished your work before you go on vacation? Have you finished your work before you go on vacation? We will work until morning. We will work until morning. Can't be organized. Can't be organized. Can I catch? Can I catch? Can't upload later? Can't upload later? I want to learn more about this. I want to learn more about this. They will have a baby next month. They will have a baby next month. The bus station is very busy during peak hours. The bus station is very busy during peak hours. Can you help me move these boxes up? Can you help me move these boxes up? Tony loves taking selfies and always shares them on Instagram. Tony loves taking selfies and always shares them on Instagram. He will take a photo trip to the mountains. He will take a photo trip to the mountains. Good to go. Good to go. Your half-brother is the founder. Your half-brother is the founder. May not cause. May not cause. The movie was directed by a famous director. The movie was directed by a famous director. You come close. You come close. He wants success. He wants success. Wouldn't he watch the sun rise? Wouldn't he watch the sun rise? Next summer I will be playing the guitar for 5 years. Next summer I will be playing the guitar for 5 years. I have a choice. I have a choice. After the rain stopped, we went out. After the rain stopped, we went out. Shall I clean the room? Shall I clean the room? Yearly will not be trusted. Yearly will not be trusted. He likes to play video games. He likes to play video games. Your half-brother is a lawyer. Your half-brother is a lawyer. To be careful. To be careful. Can I have your autograph, please? Can I have your autograph, please? Could the virologist be 10 years? Could the virologist be 10 years? They will not wage war. They will not wage war. They do not disappear after 4 weeks. They do not disappear after 4 weeks. In 5 years I will start my own business. In 5 years I will start my own business. We were studying together for the final exam. We were studying together for the final exam. There is progress. There is progress. I never believe. I never believe. Is her sister a beekeeper? Is her sister a beekeeper? He saved money to buy a new car. He saved money to buy a new car. Congress passed a new law to address the problem. Congress passed a new law to address the problem. Your stepdad is a designer. Your stepdad is a designer. You have breakfast every morning. You have breakfast every morning. He is tall. He is tall. I am going to hospital. I am going to hospital. May I have your luggage tag, please? May I have your luggage tag, please? Is there cheese in the fridge? Is there cheese in the fridge? No problem. No problem. A century later, he would collect donations. A century later, he would collect donations. I can relax after finishing your training. I can relax after finishing your training. The bus stops here. The bus stops here. You should listen to your family's advice. You should listen to your family's advice. Rarely does it match. Rarely does it match. He needs to take a break and relax. He needs to take a break and relax. We clean the house on the weekend. We clean the house on the weekend. We don't believe. We don't believe. Should I complain? Should I complain? What kind of special place? What kind of special place? Couldn't he come in? Couldn't he come in? I will be here to assist you with any of your pain management needs. I will be here to assist you with any of your pain management needs. Can't sit after 4 years? Can't sit after 4 years? The cake was cut into pieces. The cake was cut into pieces. I prefer summer to winter. I prefer summer to winter. He could speak 3 languages fluently. He could speak 3 languages fluently. Was not attractive. Was not attractive. The percentage of students attending university is increasing. The percentage of students attending university is increasing.